So what are the next challenges facing the e-mountain bike brands? Today we have got a man who is pretty demanding, the Don, to discuss that big subject.
Well, we're talking about noise, are we, Steve? And you've got lots of noise yourself.
Don, good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while, actually.
Yeah, how you doing? Are we talking about noise and e-mountain bike motors here, Steve? Because that's got to be one of the future things to make them a bit quieter.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if we talk about maybe the next big things, I don't know what you think, I think noise, cost, and maybe weight are probably top of my list.
Yeah, true. I always wonder why they can make electric cars completely silent, but there must be some reason for it, of course. But e-mountain bike motors are generally quite noisy.
They're not totally silent. I mean, there's...
the Browser is quiet. The Specialized always seem super quiet.
Yeah, I mean, they're not devoid of noise, but I'm wondering, there's been rumour that there's a new Bosch motor coming on the market.
Well, there is.
How noisy will that be? But I think that's a good point, Don. I mean, if you're saying the cars are quiet, then surely a little e-mountain bike motor can be...
It'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? I think a hub motor is quieter than your mid motor.
Yeah, in general. I've also ridden quite a few bolt-on kits, such as Bafang. They seem to be pretty quiet as well. But a lot of the time, your free hub could probably be making more noise than your e-bike motor, or your tyres, or even you breathing yourself. That could be way noisier. But
yeah, true. Do you want a completely silent bike?
I do like a silent bike. Yeah. And I think the mountain bike industry's tackled this over the years. They stop chain.
Chain slap.
When you used to be riding your V10,
used to put your
DC. Make a hell of a racket.
You have Dave's crud device. What's it called? DCD. Do you remember that back in the 90s?
Oh, that was just a bit of cloth around your chainstay, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So noise. I think noise is probably one of the next big challenges. Weight. And now I know it's a big, a lot of people have preconceptions about e-bikes because they go and pick an e-bike up and go, oh, that's a heavy old thing. I mean, I was with Josh Bryson last week and I said, how do you find it? He goes, oh, well, it's quite heavy, isn't it? You're just trying to chuck a heavy bike around.
Does he ride one much?
He has been riding e-mountain bikes, but we'll be following up on that story in the next few weeks.
Yeah, can't wait to see it.
But yeah, weight. Speaking to the Specialized guys, they think that in the next 5 years we can expect e-mountain bikes to go down to at least 15 to 16 kilos.
That's pretty good. Batteries always come down in weight, but you want the extra juice from it. You want it to last a bit longer. So there's going to be a certain amount of weight that stays with the battery, I suppose.
Well, you say that. Now, there seems to be a couple of different philosophies at the minute.
Yeah.
Merida have just come out with their new E160, and they say they deliberately went for a 500 watt-hour battery so that you could actually keep the weight down. And also, if you wanted to go for more miles, you could carry a spare in your backpack.
Yeah.
There's that compared to maybe like Specialized, you've got a 700 watt-hour motor battery, which is a little bit more heavy.
How many people carry batteries in their backpack? It doesn't sound appealing to me. I like to ride minimal, at least, with a bum bag.
Yeah.
I'd rather not wear a backpack with especially a battery in it, but you're going to fall off. I'm going to fall off. Well, eventually.
If you've got a 700 watt battery, right, you're going to be doing 5,000 feet climbing and descending. That's a good workout, that is.
Yeah.
But finally, Don, cost.
Yeah, well, that's one that everyone always wants to bring down, I suppose. But also, I always think cost of maintenance. You want something to last a long time, but when it needs maintaining, it wants to be DIY. You don't want to be sending that motor off as well.
Yeah, but I think motors are generally quite bulletproof. I think a motor is good for 20 to 30,000 miles.
It's the bearings, though, isn't it? Surely bearings will always wear out eventually.
Yeah, I think some of the components around the bike, but I'm talking about entry-level e-bikes, e-mountain bikes. Around about £1,000 to £1,500 for people new to the sport.
Yeah, totally. I think we're going to see that market increase. I'd hope if you look at mountain biking as a history, where you've got really expensive high-end bikes, that technology has come down to the lower-end one. So hopefully that will make a big difference.
So there you go. There's our 3 top challenges for the e-mountain bike brands in the next 5 years. But I'm sure they've already got it covered, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Now, recently we've popped in to see the guys at Specialized in Morgan Hill, California, to ask them that very question. What are the big challenges facing e-mountain bike brands? 1 hour south of San Francisco, we're at the headquarters of Specialized Bikes at Morgan Hill, joined by 2 key characters, Joe Buckley, who is a big part of the Levo team, and Brandon Sloan, who is head of Two Wheel. I've ridden with these guys a lot over the last 20 years. from demo bikes, downhill bikes, to enduro bikes, to trail bikes. But here we are, talking about the future of e-mountain bikes. Now, there seems to be a mindset which is we want to go for lightweight bikes with low power, or maybe heavier bikes with higher power. Can you see that split going, or is it down to like people come from different sports, from people come from motorcycling into mountain biking, or what's your thoughts on it all?
It's going to be one that we're going to learn a lot about in the next couple of years, for sure. I think from my perspective, coming from growing up and racing bicycles and being a traditionalist to switching over to e-bikes and having a whatever average fitness, a lighter bike with lower power is more appealing to me, because if you can get 100 watts of help, that's a significant amount.
Yeah.
Doesn't suck the battery dry immediately. You can go forever, and the bike, in theory, could be more playful, right? If you have a lighter bike. But there's a lot of people who just want to pound up hills fast with a lot of power and don't mind the weight that the e-bikes are today. So
is that just lack of experience with e-mountain bikes? So
I think in some cases it probably could be.
Yeah.
But I think there's others who really, really like that.
It's just fun in different ways, right? Like just the pure speed and the just neck snapping power, or just or if you value being nimble and playful and all. So.
And how important is it for Specialized to make those lightweight bikes? Because I spoke to Marco. So Marco's the head of Levo in Switzerland. So he said that in years to come you might be able to get the Levo down to 15, 16 kilos. How important is it to get a Specialized Levo mountain bike down to lightweight?
Yeah. So yeah, they're still human powered, but they're turbo assist, right? So it's like any weight we can take out of it adds to the fun, right? Adds to it being nimble, adds to the playful factor and everything. So it's a huge draw for us for sure.
Yeah. And moving on to batteries, which everyone talks about batteries on e-mountain bikes. You see, the likes of Bosch of these charging stations in the Alps. You can go from valley to valley and have a great time. Is especially any plans for like battery rental centres, or is there going to be stores which have got battery backup and stuff like that? What's the plans?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of talk about it, and I think some dealers who are savvy to it already are buying extra batteries and renting them out to people who either travel there by plane and arrive without their battery, or want to rent them and switch them out. Yeah.
So guys, where's the future of e-mountain biking going to be in terms of the product? Are we going to see the same model as mountain bikes has followed over the last 20 years in terms of it comes down to 100 mil, 120, 130, 140, or is it going to be different?
I think we can be more efficient. My hopes are that we can be a lot more efficient than that. And you got the extra help. Do you really need a 100 mil travel e-mountain bike, or is that going to be left to people who are just going to race cross country under pedal power only in the future?
Yeah.
But they're different riding styles, they're different, different ride experience. So we'll try to, for sure, make sure everybody's having fun on it.
What about the downhill, Brandon?
Yeah.
Huh?
You never know, right? So is it going to be an actual downhill race bike that's e-powered?
Huh? I wouldn't put it past these guys for that to happen. Hey, thanks for your time. And you know what? Let's go and explore some of those hills at the back there, which I've never done before. Now, Chris has just been up in Scotland competing in the Bosch E Mountain Bike Challenge on the weekend.
Are you sure? I can't see him on the results sheet.
Won by an old adversary of mine, Darren Howarth. I don't know what bike he was on, but a good turnout of entries. I think 50 or 60 people.
Yeah, a long time. So isn't that 18 minutes? Well, almost 90 minutes was the winning time.
Yeah. It seemed like Tracy Mosley did really well. She came second overall, and she's the only person not to have penalty points during the E-Mountain Bike Challenge. Now, Don will tell you about penalty points because he did it last year at Garda with me.
Garda, yeah. I think Tweedlove would have been a really good place to do it. I love the riding up there.
Yeah.
I love to do it. I see Katie Winton would have come third overall as well.
Well, really?
Track rider.
Oh, there you go. So, E-Mountain Bike Challenge by Bosch. Check out, there's more rounds going on around Europe this summer. Don, interesting developments on cycle to work scheme. Now, we were talking about cost of e-mountain bikes earlier on. This seems a really key development, really, for affordability.
Yeah, well, this is British news, I suppose. But yeah, you basically can buy a bike using a salary sacrifice scheme, and it saves you loads of money, I think about 30 to 40%.
Wow.
And it's been updated to now include e-bikes as well. So if you're like me and you use your e-mountain bike to take your kid to nursery and then to work.
And then down the trails.
And then down the trails. I think it's great. I live in Bath, a super hilly city. I've got a town e-bike and I've got an e-mountain bike, and they're really useful. I think if everyone had one here, there'd be much less traffic.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I was in Freiburg last week in Germany, and you wouldn't believe the amount of people riding e-mountain bikes around the town.
Yeah, I think you're seeing it start to tip over the edge here of like the precipice of lots of people starting to do it.
Yeah, and especially that's going to massively help people get their first e-mountain bike. Now in the bike talk this week, a story which I missed last week while I was away in Spain with Cioto was Rowan Sorrell and the new Orange Surge e-mountain bike.
It was on the Dirt Shed show actually, Steve.
So, sorry guys for missing out on that, but nice to see Orange continue with their e-mountain bikes, although I'm not sure about the battery, whether they should have gone for the later 8085 Shimano battery, which is more internal. They're still using the bigger battery on the down tube.
Yeah, well, it's an Orange. They have that look anyway, I suppose. But Rowan is certainly throwing the bike around nicely. Yeah,
totally. I think I need to catch up with Rowan. Now, Rowan Sorrell is obviously a big part of Bike Park Wales here in the UK. And I think I need to go and catch up and talk about uphill flow trails in the future.
Yeah.
But going back to Surge, it comes in 4 sizes from small to extra large. Some good reach numbers on that bike. And of course, the Orange geometry is really well sorted for downhill style riding. Donaghy Present. This is from the guys at Towie.
Oh, I know what it is.
From Colorado.
It's one of those big bungee cords.
Yeah.
So you strap it to your back of your bike and you can tow your kids around.
I was just thinking, you can tow Lucas around?
Yeah, on his balance bike. He might be a bit fast, but maybe in a year or so.
Well, he needs to transition, doesn't he, from your handlebars down to the bike of his own on the back.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there you go, Don. All yours.
Even for towing out your mates who haven't got an e-mountain bike and they get a bit tired.
In the comments this week, this question in relation to our feature on trail and enduro bikes from the Cioto Festival. It's from Dale M6, who says e-bikes are going to change the bike market forever. They're going to be friggin' huge and I reckon outsell normal bikes eventually. Well, obviously we've got Don with us from EMBN today, although he has spent a lot of time on EMBN. Don, what's your feelings on a comment like that?
Well, they probably do in some markets already, I would imagine. Somewhere like Germany, do you think they outsell mountain bikes?
I mean, this is the problem. It is e-bikes versus e-mountain bikes. And I've heard people say that e-mountain bikes are going to account for between 60 and 80% of the mountain bike market in the next 5 years.
I could see how e-mountain bikes would be a good choice for most people. They're just more robust than your average city bike and just more usable for everyday things.
Stick some slick tyres in there, job done.
Yeah, maybe. Chris Till says there's a ton of amazing bikes there. The mountain bike world is changing at breakneck speed. Nothing without a derailleur, which is unfortunate, but we'll get there sooner or later.
Do you know what? This is probably in relation to our top 3 biggest challenges facing the e-mountain bike market. You could probably add gearbox into that.
Well, the big thing with gearboxes, why they're really not taken on normal bikes, is just the drag.
Yeah.
Talking to Brendan Fairclough actually recently about his old Honda, and he was saying how bad those bikes rolled just because of the gearbox and all the internals going on in there.
Plus the bikes were probably too small for him anyway.
But that's one of the big reasons why there aren't many gearbox normal bikes. So e-bikes is less of a concern, but it's still a concern.
But you say that, but we've talked about it many times on the EMBN show about the Austrian brand Mubea, who had a combined gearbox and motor in one. So definitely doable, but I reckon it's probably 5 years away. Where in the world we're at Squamish, and I know that you're going there in the quite near future.
3 or 4 weeks, something like that. That's the bit you drive past on the way to Whistler, isn't it?
And what's this called?
That is
come on.
Vancouver Island.
How Sound.
Oh,
I think that's How Sound, and
that's the water. You pointing at the land.
Oh, sorry. That's Sunshine Coast there, right?
Well, I don't know. No idea. Steve.
But what a place called. Lucky you. What are you going out there to do?
I'm going there to ride the BC bike race.
Wow. How many days is that?
7 days of riding.
On an e-bike, right?
No.
Okay, right. Anyway, thanks, Dave, for that. That's amazing. So now moving on to Don's already done it. Sorry. Oh, look at the boys!
Look at the boys.
Look at the boys in Derbyshire. 7,000 feet of climbing and 60 miles in their e-mountain bike tops.
Got 2 Specialized and a Focus.
Don, one final one.
Yeah, let's get in there. Where is this one? This is Brazil.
Yeah.
Wow. Where's Brazil on the map, Steve?
Brazil on the map is where is it? You were not, did you go to Brazil the other day, right? There's Brazil down here. Look.
Over here.
Look,
That
down
massive
here.
one over there.
Cool. A geography lesson from the Don.
What's he riding? It's got a purpose-built EMTB with a Bafang 750 motor.
I think it's
Oh,
called.
it's a General Wings.
It's a General Wings, yeah, and I've not seen one of these actually.
It's a Brazilian brand, I think.
Is it?
Well, it says a local brand.
Right.
On the outskirts of Sao Paulo.
Oh, I love stuff like that. Do you know what I was mentioning last week? When you go to these little festivals and you see all these different brands from different countries, I bet you there's an e-mountain bike festival in Brazil that we need to go to.
Yeah, there is.
Guys, thanks for your photographs. Keep them coming in. Don, I need to get you an EMBN t-shirt. Actually, while on the subject of t-shirts, there are new EMBN t-shirts on the shop in navy and white and burgundy and black. So check them out. Get your summer t-shirts on. Okay, it's Bike Vault time. Who is in the Bike Vault this week? First up, this is from Dave, a pair of Specialized Levos in Poole Harbour.
Yeah.
Nice.
Looks good to me.
Yeah.
There's loads of Specialized around, I think you get loads of them in the Bike Vault.
Yeah. Well, this is done. This is how it comes. This is up on the upload. I just picked the first 9.
Yep.
It's just
I think they're cool. Colour matched, both of them. The grips, green and then blue decals.
yeah.
Pretty cool. What are you thinking? Nice or super nice?
It's nice.
All right.
Oh, look at that dog.
Trail
Another
dog.
Levo. Trail dog. The dog. So this is in northwest Montana.
Yeah.
And the dog's name is 50 years old and finally able to ride my bike up the dirt bike trails I've been riding for years.
No name of the dog.
No name of the dog.
5,600 feet of climbing on 6 miles. Flipping heck.
On 6 miles?
Yeah. This is Bob. Is Bob the dog?
Where did you see Bob the dog?
No, well, the author is
Oh,
Bob.
God, it's Bob. That was like, that for me, that would have been a super nice if we'd known the name of the dog.
I mean, it's super
Benefit of the
nice.
doubt, it's super nice.
Super
It's
nice.
super nice.
Bob the dog and it's Specialized.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
North Van. You'll be there in a few weeks' time, Don.
Yeah.
Before I
On
bought
right
this
now.
e-bike, I maybe put 40 or 50 kilometres a year. Now I'm exploring 100 kilometres a week.
Yeah. Mount Seymour. I bet that's awesome for riding e-bikes. Right?
Andre, and yeah, do you know what? That alone is inspirational. I want to go on there and ride e-bikes.
You could probably live in Vancouver and just bomb out on your e-bike, can you?
Out from your door. That's the great thing with e-bikes are for. Super nice.
Matt and his Focus Jam Squared.
St Catherine's Hill.
Dorset again.
Yeah.
It's Paul's in Dorset, isn't it?
Matt, you've cut the back of your Focus off there, and I reckon you could have gone side on a little bit. It's a nice.
It's a cool bike.
It's a nice. Ooh, what's that?
Mondrake.
Mondrake E-Factor XR 2018 Hawthorne Quarry. Dangerous Places Quarry's done. This is from Ian.
It looks cool. I like the colour.
I like it. I like the angles on that bike.
What does it say on the down tube? It's like, it doesn't even have like the Mondrake.
Maybe he's got his own on there. What do you reckon, Don?
I think that's cool.
What are you going to go for?
But I'm going to say that's super nice. What's that, Knievo?
Ooh. Muckish.
Whip.
Does it say Muckish? Muckish Mountain County in Donegal.
It's Connor
Yeah.
on the big...
He's on the Wild Atlantic Way. No, I know that's going to be a hell. That's yeah. I mean, that's a super nice, isn't it? That's what e-mountain biking is all about, isn't it?
That's an early morning exploring using Ordnance Survey maps to find waymarked trails.
I like
cool.
it. Like I said, I think that's super nice.
Go on, hit it.
Ooh, hot springs,
Another Focus.
geothermal sulfur pools, and Rotorua.
Yeah.
Did you ride in Rotorua?
Did not. That's where the world champs were in...
You sure you didn't ride there?
2000. Never been to New Zealand, Steve.
Have you not? I've never been there.
No, I'd love to go.
Let's sort it out. Adam, I think I like the idea of hot pools.
Yeah. Do you think he's using it to recharge his battery somehow? That'd be the next invention, wouldn't it? And geothermal.
Geothermal charging.
That's nice.
It's a nice,
Whoa.
strong person. Alan, in Uchtechnin.
No, that's the bike.
Huh?
That's the bike.
Bike can't be a call, is it?
That's what it says.
It does say that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. It is, isn't it?
It almost looks like
Oh, it's a
it.
pooch.
Oh, it's a pooch.
He's got ooch.
What motor's that?
Crikey, that looks like a Bafang motor. Can you zoom in again? Where is this? This is in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Can you read that? Does that say? I think it says Bafang.
I think you have to zoom to about 1,000 to be able to see that.
I think that's a Bafang motor on there. A pooch.
Is that a Continental? Do Continental make motors?
Oh, they do actually, don't they?
They do.
Well, they do the software at least, don't they? Oh, they do make motors,
I think
don't they?
that's the Continental.
I tell you what, I've not seen a pooch.
We need to look it up after the show. Let's get on the Pooch website.
I think that is a super nice though. Ibiza.
Yeah.
Have you been to Ibiza?
No.
You haven't been to New Zealand or Ibiza? I thought the Don had been everywhere in the world. I reckon it's a super nice.
Yeah.
And that's it. We are out of the bike vault.
If you want to be in next week's Bike Vault, use the uploader. The link is in the description down below this video, and you can get in there, choose Bike Vault, send us your pictures, and you can be in it. You might get a super nice, you might just get a nice.
Depends on Don's mood or Chris's mood. And that's it. Thanks for watching this week's show. Don't forget to send us in your photographs, your videos, wherever you are in the world, and tell your mates about EMBN, right?
Yeah.
Do that by hitting the globe. We will tell you that a bit later on.
If you want to see the worst things about being an e-mountain biker, click over there.
And if you want to see more product-related videos, there's a video I did from CR to Europe on all the hot new trail and enduro e-mountain bikes. So in the meantime, just thumbs up if you like the video. And like I said, hit that globe and tell your mates to hit the globe as well to subscribe to EMBN.